Ready? Chapter 43 Forgiveness. Keon and Aino were laying down on the grass, enjoying the sunlight hitting their faces. They'd just been out for a run. Keon pointed up to the sky. That cloud almost looks like a heart, doesn't it? Aino looked at where he was pointing. More like a butt, she answered. Same thing, he said nonchalantly. They both looked at each other and laughed. How long are we going to have to wait? It's been quite a few days already, Keon asked Aino. Not for much longer. He's on his way. I can feel it, she answered. Aino sat up on the grass and turned her head to look at the man walking towards her. What took you so long? She asked him as he came closer. Juha gave her a tired smile. Well, hello to you too. I've been great for these past days. Thanks for asking. Ayla threw me in the dungeons after you left. I just got out. Ouch! Are you still in her army? She asked him. Juha nodded. Yep, still a 3-star general. But Ayla was really pissed off I disobeyed her orders again. Luckily, I had these two visiting me every day to keep me company. Julima and Edda peeked out from behind him. It would have been a drag otherwise. Although Edda mostly just stared at me. He scratched his head. I was there, wasn't I? She responded coldly. Yes, you were, Juha answered, rolling his eyes. Julima cleared his throat. I'm here to apologize to you both. First, Keon. I promised you I would take Lia off your hands. I obviously failed. I'm sorry. Keon sat up and looked at him. Thank you. I'm not sure what you could have done differently, though. You're not responsible for her actions. Julima looked back at him. I still did nothing to stop her. You were just following orders, Keon said quietly. I shouldn't have. I should have gone against them like Juha did. I'm a doctor. The last thing I should do is help someone take another's life. Julima looked genuinely sorry for what he had done. I'm guessing you aren't all that fond of Lia anymore? Keon asked him. Yeah, I and her, not happening. Before that, it didn't even cross my mind that she would actually do something to you. I thought it was all empty talk. Whatever infatuation I had with her before flew away in that moment. There's plenty of other women to go around anyway. I already have someone else in mind. He laughed, quite pleased with himself. I already feel sorry for her, whoever she is, Juha commented. Gilma's laugh quickly died out. Gilma shot Juha a side glance before he turned to Aino. Second, I need to apologize to you, our creator. We never had the right to claim your blood as ours from the start, just as you gave it away. You could take it back at any point. Also, as a doctor, it's really nice to see you looking healthy with all that blood back in your system again. He smiled at her. Although, it did make my work a lot easier when my patients didn't bleed out on. I'm not making you mage again, Aino interrupted him. I mean, just a little bit. It would really help my work. He nodded intensely at her. Don't use your title as a doctor as an excuse. You just want to be a mage again? She crossed her arms. Fine, I'll admit defeat. He looked disappointed. She smiled at him. I do thank you for your apology, though. It means a lot. I need to apologize as well. Edda spoke up. Everyone deserves respect. That day none of you were given the respect you both deserved from me. Neither of you have ever treated me badly. Yet, I went against my own principles and followed orders blindly instead. I am very grateful for the person your blood made me into, Aino, but I never had any right to it. Keon, if anyone ever goes after you again, I promise I will stand on your side. I am very sorry, to both of you. Her normal cold facial expression showed clear regret. Aino and Keon both looked at her. We accept your apology. Julima and Edda sat down next to Keon, while Juha and Aino walked a bit further away to be able to talk in private. They each leaned on a tree opposite each other. Why me? Why do I still have your blood in me? Juha asked her. Because you stood up for what was right, despite the orders you were given. You were the only one who stood up for Keon, for his right to live. If I hadn't heard your voice, if I hadn't turned around at that moment, he wouldn't have been alive today. I made it just in time. He was seconds away from dying. I can't lose him, she answered. Why is he so important to you? He makes me think I can be a good person. He gives me hope for a better future. When I'm close to him, I feel better, she answered. You know, I can't figure out my feelings towards you. I'm not attracted to you, yet I feel like I love you. I don't want to be with you, yet I want to be close to you. There's no doubt in my mind that I would give my life defending you. Joa looked at Aino. When you grew up, did you ever feel loved by your family? Aino asked him. He shook his head. No, my childhood was filled with abuse. There was no love in the home I grew up in. What about when you met Ayla? She asked. Ayla trained me, but we never had a family bond like that. Same with Tore. I liked the guy, but I was already used to taking care of myself at that point. When Asken Embla came into the scene, I was a teenager and I wasn't really interested in forming any deeper bond with anyone. Every night Ayla would tell me stories about you, how we were linked via blood. I felt closer to you than anyone else in my life, he answered. Have you ever been in love? Aino asked him. I don't think so. I do remember a crush I had when I was younger though. That intense feeling when you want nothing more than to be with someone. But after a while it went away and we went our separate ways. Nowadays I prefer to stay away from relationships or any deeper feelings. What I feel for you doesn't resemble that feeling though. What I feel for you, I haven't felt for anyone else, he answered and looked at her. You can love someone without being in love with them. There are different ways to loving someone. You don't love your family in the same way you love your partner. When you have never felt a love between a parent and a child, between a grandparent and a grandchild, between siblings or just close friends, it's not strange that you can't identify it, she answered and looked back at him. So I love you in the same way family members normally love each other? He asked her. It does seem closer to that than being in love. We all have our own ways of loving each other. I'm sure it becomes a bit convoluted by the fact that we can feel each other on a deeper level than many others, due to the sharing of my blood, she answered. I never felt like you had any warm feelings for me though. I've tried so hard to prove myself to you, but was always given the cold shoulder. Why? He looked at her with a saddened expression. I was trying to keep you at a distance, and I'm genuinely sorry for all the hurtful things I said to you. I was planning to take back my blood from the start. I didn't want there to be a bond between us that I could sever. Then in the end I couldn't even do it. You managed to still get into my heart somehow, she said and smiled at him.